Mother doesn't consider it difficulty. She feels great joy. Similarly, a person may uh, have to undergo a lot of difficulties to serve the beloved. But whatever difficulties comes, he becomes happy. He doesn't consider it difficulty. So similarly, my dear Lord, mm, even if some challenges and difficulties coming in your service, I don't consider them as difficulty, challenges, miseries. I consider them as happiness only. Mm. Imagine this bag is filled of gold, mm, and you are told carry this bag. One will not feel it's a burden. And he said, take home this bag full of. It is burdensome, but when you know the value, mm, you it doesn't appear burden. It appears very source of great joy. One will feel great ecstasy, joy. So in all difficulties, we understand that no, it's a actually real wealth because seva sukha dukkha parama sampada nashaya vidya dukkha. Because this all whatever challenges come in this service to Krishna, nashaya vidya dukkha, they destroy the root cause of all suffering, that is avidya. Mm. So therefore, even difficulties in this Krishna are parama sampad. They are also great wealth because they are destroying the root cause, avidya, root cause of all suffering. पूर्व इतिहास भूली न सकल सेवा सुख पे मने. My dear Lord, I am receiving so much happiness in your service that पूर्व इतिहास भूली न सकल. I have forgotten all my previous history. What I have come from, where I have come from, what whatever may be there, I have forgotten everything now. আমি তো তোমার, তুমি তো আমার, কি কাজ অপরে ধনে. My dear Lord, I am yours and you are mine. What other wealth do I need? Imagine I have got Lakshmipati now. So what is worry of now any Lakshmi, because I have got topmost wealth in form of you. So I am now ecstatic in receiving you. Bhakti Vinod Ananda Dubya Tomara Sevartare. So Bhakti Thakur is drowning in happiness, ocean of happiness. सब चेष्टा करे तव इच्छा मत. Now Bhaktivinoda Thakur is सब चेष्टा करे. He will put all efforts तव इच्छा मते, as per your desires. थाकिए तुम्हारे घरे, and I will stay in your home. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not saying that my dear Lord you stay in my home. He is saying I will stay in your home. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a grasta, but he has this consciousness that this home belongs to Krishna. So he doesn't think this home is my home. He thinks that this home is Krishna's home. And he says, I will stay in your home, my dear Krishna. And what I will do? Sabha chesta kare tavich. And by staying at your home, I will always endeavor to fulfill your desires. All my activities will be tava ichha mate, as per your will. I have now given up my personal will, and I am making your will as my life and soul. In this way, I am living my life and I am drowning in ocean of happiness. Haribo. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. So, those who are online, am I audible to them? Tarun Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, great. So, I'm so happy to be here. Last time I was here in December, January. I think we had a session here only in this room. So who all were there? I remember Phil was there that time. Then who else was there? Our Akhil was there, and Prabhuji was there. Suraj Prabhu was there. Sachin was there. Sachin Prabhu was there, and huh?
I was in India then.
Oh, that time we were in India. Gagan Prabhu, I'm not remembering here. Samaksha Prabhu was there. Samaksha Prabhu was there, and so okay. So now Saurabh Prabhu has. I meet. No, I'm saying now this time I'm saying I'm meeting Saurabh Prabhu here. Okay, Saurabh Prabhu is there. It was earlier. I want to remember. Arshab. Arshab, you are from which place?
I'm from Raipur.
Okay. Did we meet any time earlier?
Yes, in New Vrindavan retreat.
New Vrindavan. Okay. Arshab. So happy to meet you. And Ruturaj is there. Sujay. Jai Vijay Sujay. Mm. Sujay. And and Gagan drove us yesterday. And Suyog, huh? Yog Suyog. Jai Su. Everything is so auspicious here. Huh? In Krishna consciousness, when you surrender Krishna, everything becomes Su. Yog becomes Suyog. Jai becomes Sujai. Everything becomes auspicious. Okay. And online I'm seeing Tarun Prabhu, Hare Krishna, and Kaushal Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Abhinav Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Jai, Jai. Okay. So I just wanted, before I start the class, I just wanted to know how many rounds you are chanting, because accordingly I will speak this thing. So, Tarun Prabhu, how many rounds you chant?
16 rounds Prabhu.
Great. Haribol. Wonderful. Kaushal Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu. No, I'll chant minimum 16 rounds.
Really? Great. Huh? Amazing. Very nice. Abhinav Prabhu? I'm not able to hear you, Prabhu. Yes, softly. How many rounds you chant?
Sorry Prabhu, is this better?
Much better.
Yes Prabhu. Prabhu, I chant 8 rounds.
Great. Thank you, Abhinav Prabhu. And
And
Suyog Prabhu, 16 rounds. Sachin Prabhu, 16 rounds. Phil Prabhu, 16 rounds. Gagan Prabhu, 16 rounds. Suraj. Raj Suraj. Braj Raj Suraj. Okay. Suraj Prabhu is also chanting 16 rounds. Great. Really? Sujay Prabhu is chanting 16 rounds. Amazing. Great. Rutaraj Prabhu? Really? Great. Amazing. Jai. 16 rounds. Arshaba. How to remember Arshaba? Arsha. Rishabh. Rishabh is easier. Rishabh. Arshab. Okay. Akhil Prabhu, 16 rounds. Saurabh Prabhu. Are? Arjunan Prabhu, everybody chanting 16 rounds. Amazing. Great. Last time when I came, devotees were chanting 1 round, 2 round, 4 rounds, different rounds. No? Most of them are chanting 16 rounds. Amazing. Simply wonderful. To be in New York, in the city of supreme passion, to chant 16 rounds is miracle. Not easy. So much distraction. And is the heart of passion. No? And that you are chanting 16 rounds is really amazing. Prabhupada will be so happy, or Acharyas will be so happy to see that all of you are chanting 16 rounds. Wonderful. Thank you, Arjunan Prabhu, for coming here and settling here and trying to share Krishna consciousness. And I hope your visa extends so that you can continue to stay here, so that many more students can get opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. And I'm also very happy that Gopal Pranpu has also come, and he's also helping in youth preaching. Wonderful. Great. As I was telling yesterday in the class to those people where we did, that in name of education, people are spending billions of dollars. Education industry is a big industry, money making industry. But unfortunately, this is not the true education. Technically, this is what we undergo. Education is called as avidya. It's called as ignorance. Because avidya is that which increases stress, tension, anxiety. Avidya is that by which people's darkness in their heart increases, anarthas in their heart increases. People lose character because of avidya. Vidya has opposite character. By vidya, one becomes free from all stress, tension, anxieties, fears. By Vidya, person's hearts get transformed, and person develop first class character, person develop wonderful qualities. We see more people study, like person first standard and 10th standard. Who is having more stress, tension, anxiety? 10th standard, 10th and 12th standard. Who is having more stress, tension, anxiety? After 12th, if you go to world class institutes, like MIT, Stanford, or IITs, uh, or you go to ordinary school, which people have more stress, tension, anxiety? Those who go to world class institutes or ordinary colleges. They have more stress. And more we study, we see stress and anxiety is increasing. What does that mean? That means darkness is increasing, not light. Ignorance increasing. Mm. So though it may be labeled as education, it's not education because the characteristic doesn't match. So when we see sometimes in college, people come with innocent nature. They come from good families, but when they come to college, they get into so many bad habits, drugs, and smoking, drinking, boozing, all kind of things they learn. So innocent person comes to college, when he comes out, he's spoiled. And we see people become so selfish. And sometimes illiterate people are more selfless and broad-minded. When people study so much, sometimes they become too selfish. Sometimes we see doctors and all that, take so much loan to complete education. After that, their just main goal is how to mm, clear the loan. So they will cheat patient also. So is that education? So because people are only studying matter, that also incomplete, that also imperfectly, that leads to increasing the darkness in the heart. But if you study matter, along with matter, if you study antimatter spirit, and along with that, if you study control of matter and spirit, that is God, and the interrelationship, that is actually Vidya. Avidya means only to study matter, that also incompletely, imperfectly. Vidya means to study matter, antimatter, and control of matter and antimatter, that is God, and their interrelationship. So it's a great fortune that Srila Prabhupada has uh, translated this wisdom literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam in English, so we can get the glimpse of what is Vidya. We can see anybody who understands this teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, tries to apply in life, immediately he can experience his fears, stress, tension, anxiety is reducing. Yes or no? Immediately one can see that his hearts will there will be some transformation heart. Slowly person will try to become more humble, more tolerant, try to give up greed and envy and pride and anger and illusion, all those things. And so he will develop good qualities. He will develop good habits. He will develop good character. So that is actually result of Vidya. So you are very fortunate that along with your technical education, all these things, you are also taking out time for cultivating the real Vidya. Hmm. Yes, yes. Mm. You may be studying whatever you are studying, and it may be materially considered very valuable, but in reality, it has no value if it is disconnected from science of self and science of God. But if it is in line, connected with science of soul and science of God, then it can be complete, perfect. So yes, you are studying your whatever studies you are doing. Along with that, you are coming to temple and you are also learning Bhagavad Gita, also sitting with devotees. In that way, you have opportunity to make your education complete and perfect. You have opportunity to gain real Vidya. So thank you very much. Om, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 18. Maharaj Parishit cursed by Brahman. Why? text number 7. Let me share in the so it is not showing. Yes, I think I have to cancel this. Now I think it will. Okay. Okay. Nanudeshti Kalim Samrat Sarangiva Sarabhuk Kushalanya Susiddhanti Netarani Kritani Yat Nanudeshti Kalim Samrat Sarangiva Sarabhuk Kushalanya Susiddhanti Netarani Kritani Yat. Somebody can recite.
Nanudveshti Kalim Samrat.
Nanudveshti Kalim Samrat Sarang Eva Sarabhuk Kushalani Asu Siddhanti Netarani Kritaniya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit was a realist, like the bees who only accept the essence of flower. He knew perfectly well that in this age of Kali, auspicious things produce good effects immediately, whereas inauspicious acts must be actually performed to render effects. So he was never envious of the personality of Kali. Purport. The age of Kali is called the fallen age. In this fallen age, because living beings are in an awkward position, Supreme Lord has given some special facilities to them. So, by the will of the Lord, a living being does not become a victim of a sinful act until the act is actually performed. In other ages, simply by thinking of performing sinful act, one used to become a victim of the act. On the contrary, a living being in this age is awarded with the results of pious acts simply by thinking of them. Maharaj Parikshit, being the most learned and experienced king by the grace of the Lord, was not unnecessarily envious of the personality of Kali, because he did not intend to give him any chance to perform any sinful act. He protected his subjects from falling prey to the sinful acts of the age of Kali, and at the same time, he gave full facility to the age of Kali by allotting him some particular places. At the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that even though all nefarious activities of the personality of Kali are present, there is great advantage in this age of Kali. One can attain salvation simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Thus, Maharaj Parishit made an organized effort to propagate the chanting of the holy names of Lord, and thus he saved the citizens from clutches of Kali. It is for this advantage only that great sages sometimes wish all good for the age of Kali. In the Vedas also, it is said that by discourse on Lord Krishna's activities, one can get rid of all the disadvantages of the age of Kali. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also said that by the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, Supreme Lord becomes at once arrested within one's heart. Those are some of the great advantages of the age of Kali. And Maharaj Parishit took all the advantages and did not think of any ill of the age of Kali, true to his Vaishnavite cult. ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपासिद्धभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you for being present in the morning for morning class. You could be doing so many things, but you have chosen to be here to hear message of Srimad Bhagavatam. You are truly fortunate. Most of the people, when they get up in the morning, they may read newspaper, they may watch television, and beautify their consciousness. But we have chosen to get up in the morning, attend Mangalarti, chant, and hear the message of Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam, which can purify the consciousness. Here we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter of first canto. So when sages heard that when Maharaj Parikshit came face to face in front of Kaliraj, immediately he took sword and he was about to kill Kali, personality of Kali. But then Kali, understanding the power of Parikshit, immediately surrendered to Parikshit, took shelter of lotus feet of Parikshit. And then Parikshit spared his life. He did not kill him. And then Kali said, I am also your citizen. You please give me protection. Give me also some place to stay. Then Parikshit gave these first 4 places. What are the 4 places Parikshit gave? What? So wherever there is meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and intoxication. So Parikshit Maharaj said, okay, my dear Kali, you can stay wherever these 4 things are going on. Meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. Any of these things are going on, you can stay. Kali had already surveyed entire earth. And he said, my dear Lord, my dear Parikshit, your rule is so powerful. Everybody is so inspired by you in your devotion service, and also because of your superpower, nobody is breaking any of these principles. Nobody is doing meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and so they are also afraid of your sword, So they are inspired by the wonderful example, and also they are fearful of your sword. So nobody does all these things. So by giving these 4 things, you are cheating me. You give me something practical. Then he said, okay, you can stay where there's accumulation of wealth. So since then, Kali is staying at these 5 places. Wherever there's meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication, where there's hoarding of money, accumulation of wealth. Kali means there will be quarrel and hypocrisy. We see all these places, always there will be quarrel and hypocrisy, and people cannot have peace of mind. So when all sages heard that Parikshit gave shelter to Kali, they were surprised. He said, my dear Sukha Goswami, my dear Sukha Goswami, how is that Parikshit gave shelter to Kali? Kali is a friend of Adharma. He should have been killed. Isn't it? How many of you think he should have been killed? Why spare his life? Because he's a friend of Adharma. He always creates some mischief. So he should have been. So all sages felt he should have been killed. So they asked, why did Parikshit did not kill him? Rather gave him shelter and gave him place also to stay. And then to this answer to this question, Sutta Goswami responded by saying this verse: Nanu dveshti kalim samrat. Nanu dveshti kalim. Maharaj Parikshit was not dveshti, not envious. He was not envious of anyone, and he was not envious of even Kali. Rather, what was his quality? Sarang eva sarvu. Rather, he was essence seeker. He was able to see good in everything. Like we see bumblebee. Bumblebee may go even in dirty place, but in dirty place, if there is flower is there, just go directly to flower, take the nectar and fly. It will not see the dirt around. Even in garbage, there is flower. Bumblebee may go in the garbage and just take the uh, nectar of the flower and move. Bumble will not take any dirt and the these things, bad things. Similarly, Sudha Goswami said that Parikshit Maharaj was Sarangi. He was like a bumblebee, always looking good in everyone. So Kali is personification of quarrel and hypocrisy. But because Parikshit Maharaj was Sarangi Sarvam, he could see good in Kali also. And what good he saw in Kali? Phillips, what good he saw in Kali? Uh, Parikshit Maharaj saw what good quality in Kali? Yes, that is there. And this verse, what is one specific quality is mentioned? Kushalanu asi siddhanti netarani kritaniyat. What quality of Kali he saw? He saw that anything you do in Kali Yuga, just in mind, any good activity you do. Suppose in mind you think, I want to distribute 8 billion Bhagavatam free to each and every person. Every person in planet Earth should have Bhagavatam set of Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol. If you just think like that, and in mind you distribute, you get actually benefit of distributing. Huh? If you do something good activity in mind, you get result of doing the activity. You are able to understand? In mind you do some good activity, you get result of doing it. Isn't it wonderful? Somebody may say, I may not have, I don't have resources, I don't have this. No, what can do? In mind we serve Krishna. One can get benefit of serving. We see there was one devotee. He was very poor. He was not having any resources. So in mind only he started serving Krishna. And in mind only he cooked sweet rice. And in sweet rice he put so many wonderful dry fruits and this and that, and he made really amazing. And then in mind only he was putting his finger to check whether it has cooled down to offer to Krishna, because if it's too hot, Krishna may burn his lips or tongue. So he wanted to see that this uh, in mind he had cooked beautiful sweet rice, and he wanted to see that it is little cool so that it can be offered to. And in mind only he put his finger just to touch, and his finger got burned. Actually, so in Kali Yuga, even if you offer something in mind, do some wonderful activity in mind, you get the result of doing it. So, and netarani kritaneta. But as far as bad activity is concerned, unless you do it, you don't get the result of it. For example, in mind, you do something sinful activity, you don't get the result of sinful activity. Isn't it amazing? Krishna is so kind. Krishna understands the awkward position of people in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, there is so much difficulty. So in mind, if somebody does sinful activity, he doesn't get a reaction. In other ways, Satyate Tadvapar. Even in mind, if you do something wrong, you are punished. Like Rohini, what is his name? Our Parshuram's mother. No, Parshuram's mother, Rohini. Renuka. Yes, Renuka. So she went on the river bank to get the water for sacrifice. And when she went to the river bank, she saw beautiful Gandharvas and and all this. And somehow in mind only she got attracted to them. And when she came back, her head was chopped out. She did not speak anything. She did not do anything. In mind only there was little adulteration. And what was the result of that? Her head was finished. So in other ages, even in mind you do some sin, you get reaction. But in Kali Yuga, if mind you do something sin, you are forgiven. Isn't it wonderful? Imagine Kali Yuga also, whatever we do, some wrong act in mind, you start getting reaction. What will happen? Everybody's head will be chopped off. So But this is great quality. In Kali Yuga, if you do bad activities in mind, no reaction. But if you do good activities in mind, you get benefit. Isn't it amazing? Hmm? Huh? Huh? No, I'm saying that no. Isn't it amazing? Just by in mind you do good activities, you can get all benefit. In mind only you go to Vrindavan from here. Huh? You get benefit of doing Vrindavan Parikrama. In mind only you do Govardhan Parikrama. You get benefit of doing Govardhan Parikrama. So, due to some physical difficulties, we are not able to do something, but in mind you do, you get benefit of it. What a benefit, na? Yes.
This doesn't apply to the offenses to devotees.
In mind, if you do, it's forgiven. Okay. In mind, you serve Vaishnavas, you will get benefit. If you mind offend Vaishnava, you are forgiven. That are not taken seriously. But that doesn't mean that we can do in mind, because whatever we do in mind, later on it get transferred to the speech. What we think in mind, if you contemplate, later on it will come in form of speech, and later on it will come in form of action. So when something happens in mind, immediately we should take it as a warning and rectify it. So this is the benefit of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, if you do something bad in mind, you are forgiven. You can understand this is a warning. I should be alert now. I should not dwell in that, and it should not come out in a speech or in action form. But good things, just if you just think in mind, you can get the benefit of it. So I want each one of you to think of some character from Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita or any of our acharyas whom you are very deeply inspired by. So think of some great devotee you are inspired by, and think of what wonderful quality or what wonderful activity you are inspired by of that wonderful acharya. You can, okay, and just note it down. Think of some wonderful devotee in Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita or in our acharya line whom you are inspired by, and any specific quality or activity that inspires you, and note down that name of that acharya and their quality or activity that inspires you. And when you have done, you raise hands, so I know that you have done. Okay? Those who have done, raise hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Others take 1 minute to, just think of some devotee in Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita or any scriptures or our acharyas or any great devotee you have heard about that has inspired you. Okay, so now all of you can stand up. All of you can stand up. You can find one partner. Stand. You can find one partner, and after you get one partner, you can sit down. Okay, fine. Okay, 3 of you can be. So you can think. Okay. So what I want you to do is that you have thought of some acharya, you have thought about his wonderful quality or activity. Now you think in mind how you can do something wonderful following in footsteps. In mind only, because I'm not asking you to do an action because in mind you can immediately do also. Okay. Just think of some wonderful thing. You can also do fall getting inspiration from that Acharya or that devotee and do it in mind.
Not for them, right? Not for them, no?
No, what they did, suppose like Prabhupada traveled to America and preached all over. So you can just think, oh, wonderful Prabhupada. I also want to preach. In mind only you can preach, no problem. I want to distribute Bhagavatam. In mind only you can distribute, whatever. No? So you just think of that quality or activity that has inspired you and you do that activity in mind. Knowing that you get full results of doing the activity. So you don't have to be small-minded in that. Okay. So now you just share with the partner. Okay, you share with the partner the name of Acharya, what quality or activity inspired, and uh, what you did in the mind. Okay. So just turn to the partner and share with the partner. And those who are online, how do I do? Is there, let me check. There is a breakout rooms are there, but I am not the host. I think host can do that. Who is the host? There is no host only.
It's me.
There are no breakout rooms. Okay, so those are online. What can you do? They can, yes, there are 4 online. Two devotees can call each other. So, Laukik Prabhu, you can call someone. You can call either Tarun, Kaushal, or Abhinav and
Okay,
share.
Prabhuji.
And share. Whom you will like to call? Laukik Prabhu, whom will you call?
I can call Kaushal, Prabhu.
Kaushal. Okay. So, Tarun Prabhu, you call Abhinav Prabhu.
Is like very
Okay, Tarun Prabhu.
to the listeners, even though
Okay, Prabhuji.
And on phone discuss with Abhinav Prabhu.
very difficult to understand, and the rules are also very strict, but he made it very simple, like 16 rounds, and before taking the principles. Before it used to be 16 or something, and many rules also made it in terms of the current generation. So he was very compassionate, and when there was some of the devotees were falling down, he was compassionate to, let them again come back and let them do it again. He also traveled with mercy, and yeah, even I want to be like him, like when we are preaching, we can at least we can get a pinch of compassion of Prabhupada. We don't have that much compassion of him, the ocean of compassion. So we have a part that is okay. Do the preaching.
Okay, make sure other partner speaks. Okay, make sure other partner speaks.
Yeah, so even I want to, like when we are doing the preaching, like we want to, like have that mood of compassion, like we cannot just maybe someone else we find outside is maybe student or whoever is eating meat or whatever, but they should be like very patient. First let us give the holy name, and then slowly it will purify and it will change. So that you have to be patient and compassionate. we can apply that in many ways, like in preaching to the devotees.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody shared? How many of you shared with your partner? You need more time, Haribol? Saurabh Pro, Akhil Pro? Half minute. You shared, everybody shared? Okay, thank you. So, anybody would like to share with the whole class? Name of the Acharya you are inspired by, what activity or quality you are inspired, and what you did in the mind. Hmm. Yes, Sachin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So I was thinking about Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada's quality of compassion and how he actually preached to even the hippies and without any discrimination. So one of the actually recently went to 26 Second Avenue, and here we heard about Srila Prabhupada, and it was really inspiring that he was accepting all those who are coming them as they were, like, you know, um, without any discrimination, without any expectations basically. So he was all accommodating. So and he did this on the order of his spiritual master here, because his spiritual master told him
Yes.
go to west and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya. So I was thinking in my mind that in India we see that, you know, preaching is going good. Like if we conduct a program in college, like there will be hundreds of students are there. So I was imagining that, you know, someday we'll be able to go to college like that, and like
Not
auditorium.
someday, today only.
Yeah.
In mind, you can do it today,
Today. Yeah.
not someday. Now you can do it.
Yeah.
Now you can go to every college and distribute Bhagavad Gita and speak the message of Krishna. Make them chant. In mind only, you can make them chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare, and you'll get the credit of doing it. Hare Ram.
Hare.
Imagine, Prabhupada, we say, Prabhupada was always thinking of preaching all of the world. And imagine, due to some reason externally, mm, he would not have come to America. He would not have been able to establish some. Mm, would there be any lacking in Prabhupada? Because already he was meditating, already he was thinking, already had that desire. So already he had got the result. Rest was just the external details. So external thing manifests what is there in mind. So we don't have to get limited by the external things of external space and time and resources constraints, but we can, heartily think and see what best we can do. Prabhupada said, only disease I have is that
I cannot think
I
so.
cannot think small. So we can think big and do big in mind, and then whatever Krishna later on wants to sanction and manifest, okay. But at least from our heart, we can try to be as magnanimous, as generous, as wonderful as possible. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Yes, one more devotee, and then we'll conclude. Yes, yes, Prabhu. Suyog.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So I took the devotee from Bhagavatam is Prachetas. So I was uh, imagining that how I can develop. I mean, I can develop mutual friendly relationship with all the devotees, because what is our philosophy? Philosophy is samsiddhim haritoshanam.
Yes.
And Lord tells how Lord Himself says that by your mutual friendly relationship, I was pleased, not by your
Exactly.
austerities.
Yes.
So I was thinking that if we all together render service, go on Harinam, like this purport was saying, having organized, making organized arrangements for spreading the holy name.
Yes.
So recently, Prabhuji came up with the idea that all BYS devotees we should go on Harinam, and Prabhuji is finding the places. So rendering services together, serving prasadam together, taking prasadam together, hearing together, chanting together, reading together. So all
Yes.
this will be mutual friendly relation with definitely
Yes.
please the Lord, and this will also set an example for the new upcoming devotees, that how they have so much of resonating what we can say, how much they well resonate with each other. For example, one boy came and said, oh, you guys have very good connection with each other. So I was thinking imagining that how this, for example, dancing in Harinam Sankirtan will actually please the Lord when we.
Yes, doing things together is very pleasing. That will also nourish us, protect us. Yes, and if nobody is there in mind, we can do all together. And we can do it today. And if we keep on doing in mind, then Krishna will also arrange it externally, help us to do it externally. Our mind will tell us, I want to go for Harinam, but this problem, that problem. There's no problem. Mind at least we can do. And actually we will be able to do one day. Yes. So here we see Parikshit Maharaj. He saw good in Kali and gave shelter. Kali has many other goods also. As Philip said, Kali dosho nidirajan asti ek mahan gun. Kirtanya Dev Krishna samukta sangha pradhan. Kali has many faults also. But in Kali Yuga, if you chant holy names a lot, one can be delivered also. Also in Kali Yuga, Krishna is appeared in form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So just by studying Bhagavatam, one can get personalization of Krishna. Yes, Laukik Prabhu and Kaushal Prabhu. One of you would like to share online? Yes.
Prabhuji, Kaushal Prabhu was sharing about Dhruva Maharaj.
Let Kaushal Prabhu then share. Let them. Whoever is sharing, let him share personally. Okay.
So, Prabhuji, I guess I've come to New York, so I have to take a train right now. So maybe Loki can share mine.
Okay. Laukik Prabhu can share his own. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Kaushal Prabhu was sharing about Dhruva Maharaj.
Okay. You can share your Laukik Prabhu.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
My favorite Acharya will be Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Like how he was working with the British government. He was provided with all the opulences anyone could dream of at that time. But still, his life was no less than a Babaji. He's the perfect example of catching a fish without getting wet.
Yes.
And I was wondering if we can carry Krishna in our heart the way he's carried, then we can make any work and every work we are doing, it can be a devotional service because our consciousness.
So in mind, you can follow in footsteps of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What you thought in your mind? What you can do? Wonderful.
Basically, think of Krishna all the time. Make sure I'm chanting the holy name subconsciously, even though when I'm not chanting it with my beads.
Yes. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, every night he wrote so many books and he preached to so many people. He had thousands of namahattas. He made lakhs of devotees and he wrote hundreds of books, thousands of songs, and he had 10, 11 children. And one child became great Acharya like Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So we hope and pray we can also follow in footsteps. Thank you very much. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. So here we see in purport Prabhupada is saying that this is benefit of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, if we do good things, we'll get benefit. And we start with doing something in mind, then we can do something with speech, and then we can actually do. But we have to start somewhere. And another benefit of Kali Yuga is that just by chanting Hare Krishna, all auspiciousness can be there. So one can, like Parikshit Maharaj, he used all his resources to propagate chanting of the holy names. Because he knew if I keep my money, Kali will be there. So he emptied his treasury because he know Kali will reside there, and he used that treasury to spread Harinam and Krishna consciousness. In that way, he protected all the citizens from the ill effects of Kali. So, and in Kali also, Lord manifested in form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are very fortunate. Though there's a lot of negativity in Kali, but there is this good fortune. holy name, we have Bhagavatam, and especially we can always think good in mind and try to do. If physically we are not able to, at least start with in mind. And then we can see by mercy of Guru and Krishna, slowly, they may arrange that we can actually do physically also. We see Vasudeva when he was in prison, Krishna was born and he was so happy. In mind only, he gave millions of cows in charity. He was physically couldn't do. And later on, when he was released from jail, then he gave actually also. So, like that. You can begin with devotional service in mind. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anybody has one last question before we run for prasadam? Arshaba.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, my question is that, we see that when we try to cultivate good habits, sometimes we think in mind that, okay, this is the change that I have to bring. But sometimes in action, because of our very deep samskaras, we tend to do it, even though we don't want to do it, but we still do it. But in mind, we are purely thinking, and then we regret that why I did that. So, like, how should we bring that change in ourselves?
You want to do something, develop good habits, and sometimes we succumb to bad habits. Sometimes we may succumb to bad habits. We should not get discouraged. Again, we should reinstate our determination. Again, make a sankalpa. Yes, I'm going to again do it nicely. You can seek blessings of devotees, Guru and Krishna, and again do it. So, whenever we fall prey, again we have to reinstate our sankalpa and do it. And especially if we share with some devotees that this is what I want to do, and ask them to also pray, we'll get some strength. Also, for developing certain good habits, actually good association is required. In good association, we can develop good habits. And another thing is we have to note it down. My son, I want to do this. If you write it down, and then every day, like every day, I'm going to get up early in the morning, 3:45. So my goal is to get up early morning. So if somebody makes the goal, then every day he has to make sure that whether he's getting up or not. And whenever he does it, he can say, "Jai, great success." We don't have to only see when we fall. When we are able to, we should encourage ourselves and appreciate ourselves. Also, Jai, 1 day done, 2 day done, 3 day done, 8 days done. Okay, one fail, no problem. Again, I'll do. And slowly, it will become our nature. So we have to be in good association. We can take help of devotees to develop good habits, and we don't have to focus on negative. Oh, I was not able to, and get discouraged. But we can also think how much I'm able to, and appreciate and encourage, and then and note it down. Slowly, gradually, it will become possible. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
So I'm curious. You said Prabhupada was always meditating on it. Can't do it. Even if you can't do something, meditating on it is going to give you benefit. But we saw Prabhupada meditated on it and it turned into action. So how do we turn our meditations into actions? Or at what point does meditation turn into action?
Yes. First, start with meditation. Action. Big step forward. We at least start one step. And if you take one step, then take second step. Don't plan too many things. Sometimes, we may get discouraged because we plan too many things, then we'll see so many obstacles. But if you have big desire and take one step, taking one step, there are not obstacles. And you take one step and encourage yourself. Yes, you did it. Then take second step. Begin with one step, and then things will be. Sometimes we want all plan until end to end, and then when we make end to end plan, we feel there are so many difficult obstacles, and then think it's not possible, and we scrap the idea. Say, oh, not possible, But they have great design. Take one step, at least in mind, execute it, and then whatever. And by myself, Guru and Krishna, Vaishnavas. If you take one step, Krishna will arrange further things. Other things, how it will be arranged, we will not know. By our material calculation, it may be possible. Prabhupada didn't know how things would work out, but he did not do too much material calculation. If he had done a lot of material calculation, probably he would not have been done. But he put faith in Krishna. If you are doing something wonderful in service Krishna, then we should know Krishna is there. By mercy of Krishna, impossible thing will fall. Okay? Just begin with one step. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mahaprasad ki jai. Mahaprasad Govinde. Okay? So let's go in time. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Thank you, Tarun Prabhu, for joining online.